Greetings of the day, everyone. My name is Arty, a third-year student at IIHM, and I'm pleased to host Ms. Arty Awasthi, Director Principal of Shriram Centennial School, Agra, for informative discussion on sustainability for the future. So, ma'am, what kind of goals do you think a school should have to incorporate sustainable values in children?
All right, now sustainable values in children has to start from the top. See, the head of the schools also have to practice it.
Yeah,
from there, it goes down to the teachers, and from teachers, it flows down to the students. So, initiating, if we start, we should develop these values into the teachers first, and they will set it down. Now, see, as our names resonates, it's Shriram.
Yes.
So, if we talk of sustainable values here, we all know that Shriram, character of Shriram, Purushottam Shriram. So those values of dedication, obedience, which he has shown, those should be inculcated. Now, sustainable values, if we talk of, they're very small values also, which is just simple respect or lifting a small piece of paper lying in the corridors also. That's also your responsibility. Just not to talk of the huge and big things which we are talking of, the global warming and various other things. We should come down to the micro level. And when we talk of our school, Shriram, it is situated on the banks of Yamuna. There is no sound there, zero pollution. Pollution IQ index, if you see, it's 30 to 40.
Yes.
Which is surprising because I've been working in the NCR where it was 200 plus most of the time, and there you see it at 40, 60. So it just see so much of fresh air. So to sustain that environment is also our responsibility.
Yes.
So not to have too much of carbon emission, or like we're planning to get in cycle buses in the school so that we can do away with the buses which we are using. So these are future plans, but it takes a lot of effort to get on to see convincing the parents to let the children use those kinds of things. So we have to move ahead a step by step. And I'm sure Agra also is a new territory for me. So for me, it will take time to make that difference and inculcate these values into the children.
Yes, obviously there's a long process and it will take time.
Yes. And a small step in time
Yes.
will result eventually. It's going to take time.
So, ma'am, there are a lot of workshops being conducted to promote various ideas among students. What kind of activities you plan to implement among your school for the students in the coming future?
See, the ideas, like we have incorporated a lot of things which CBSE is already doing. See, we talk of design thinking.
Yeah.
We talk of financial literacy. See, like design thinking was a concept which was pretty new to everybody. They didn't know what to do. So a very small thing we did was designed bird houses.
Yes.
And bird feeders, because I told you it's a lush green campus.
Mm-hmm.
You have everything around. So there are a lot of birds, peacocks we see in the campus itself. We've never seen, I've seen birds chirping in the campus
in the
now.
school. Yeah,
in the school. So we try to create those bird feeders for them. And now we have more birds coming. We keep water for them. So these are very small baby steps we are doing. But we run a mess in the school because it's away from the city. So students who come have their lunch there. So we got a compost pit done for them. So all the waste which is from the kitchen waste is put there. Then how the leftover is sent to the orphanages and the old homes we have around the place.
Giving back to the society.
Yes, giving back whatever. If it's left back, we just don't throw it.
Yes.
We at times which is going where we send it to the Gaushala also. So there are 3 different ways we've decided how to utilize it, so that we're not wasting any bit. See, wasting is also not a good value inculcated. So we're doing that also. And of course, we plan to take many more things ahead because my tenure here has been very short. So I just said we are taking small baby steps. So we'll show big results in future.
And then the G20 summit was in news recently. So what is your take on it and the future of environmental challenges in the years to come?
See, G20 was very interesting. Okay. Agra being a small town, not everybody was talking about it. Yes. But Agra was one of the places where the summit was held. Yeah. Now, when you started asking children, what is G20? They said, ma'am, the new place has been developed in Agra. They developed Chowpatty there and they made a selfie point. So that is where the excitement came in. Then gradually we had children talking about in the news. We have a news session in the school, in the assembly. Yeah. They started talking about it. To where it reached to 10. Right. Now the children are aware, talking of global issues. They know what to talk about. So it's a small step, like everything grows. Now they're aware of G20s, and of course it's a long way to go. And a lot of things have been brought in. There are new ideas. Even as Indians, we should be proud that we've had such an event in this country. And that feeling should be in the children also, because they are the future.
Yeah.
we just feel proud and leave it here. We're not there. So they have to sustain this legacy for which we should prepare our children.
Very true. And this has also helped in the holistic development of
Yes,
students.
definitely. They should be aware of these things and they should know where the country is going. So just saying, like even sustainable small thing like a shoe vendor came to us.
Yes.
He said, if you give your old shoes to us, we can, because it's a place where shoes are made. And he was giving us pure leather shoes. So he came up with the idea, you give us the old shoes, we'll give you a new pair of shoes. And those were shoes which could be used for 2 sizes.
Okay.
So see, we have people coming up with ideas. And of course, at the school, because it's a big sample size which we can experiment things also. We can try new ventures also. Like now the children are getting idea how to do it.
Yes.
Now, even if we talk of a tree plantation as an entrepreneurship drive, if we take it as, see, in the beginning, we're telling them how to sustain, how to grow that tree. Now, once that tree is full grown, it could even give you wood, which is also an entrepreneurship journey.
Right.
It can also give you fruits, which is also one of them. Then, if it's not there, the leaves can be used for various other things. It's used for making paper also. So, it's just not growing the tree, it's so much after that also.
There is a lot more than that.
Lot more than that. So we have to keep reading in between lines and explaining to students.
And could you tell us about your journey in this field?
See, I came into this field not by design, it was by default.
Okay.
I had never planned to become a teacher, but eventually it so happened that my journey was such, or maybe my karmic journey, whatever you call it. I reached this place. And I started my journey with the Jaipur School, Kanpur. And it's been 34 years since then.
Okay.
And then I did my research on first generation learners.
So there has been over 3 decades of experience.
And then it was actually my main study was first generation learners. The first generation which comes into a formal school where parents have also not been. So starting with that has been a very, very interesting journey. And yes, it's time for me to give back to the society. And I'm totally dedicated to that. And that's what took me to Agra also.
Yes. So that's it from our side. Thank you for joining with us. Signing off from IIHM Delhi Studios. Stay tuned, folks.
Thank you.